Days of early 2011, if you were an iron ore miner, you just couldn't go wrong. Chinese demand was insatiable, supply was tight, and the price was within touching distance of $200 a tonne. It's all a far cry from where we are now. Overnight, the price dropped to a new 6-year low of $58 a tonne. Chinese demand is iffy, and there's a worldwide supply glut. Into this comes Gina Rinehart. The world's richest woman is risking it all on an ambitious plan to become a major iron ore player in her own right, something her father, Lang Hancock, never managed to do. Emily Stewart reports.
She's been a fixture on the rich lists for years. But Gina Rinehart's fortune is evaporating at the rate of about $15 million every day.
In the 2014 rich list, we valued her at about $20 billion. She's now down at below $15 billion, approximately about 36% wiped from her wealth.
It's all due to the falling iron ore price, which has halved in the past year and dropped to a 6-year low.
We've been surprised by the speed and pace of the fall in price, but the direction's been expected for some time by the market.
It's hurting Gina Rinehart's family company, Hancock Prospecting, whose prime source of cash is a lucrative iron ore joint venture with Rio Tinto. The project accounts for most of the company's $2.6 billion in revenue last financial year. Economists warn the price of iron ore could fall much, much lower. Andy Z is an independent economist based in Shanghai. He previously worked for Morgan Stanley and the World Bank. He's predicting the iron ore price will slump under $40 a tonne.
The fair price may be between $50 to $60, but I think that in order to take out of the high cost capacity, we needed the price to go lower. And we needed the price to go below $40 for some of the projects to be taken out.
Commodity analysts here are less bearish.
I wouldn't have thought 30, that would wipe out nearly all production. There are times when the market overshoots on both positive and negative sides, so it could go as low as the mid-50s.
Even at that price, it's unfortunate timing for Gina Rinehart to be taking on the biggest gamble of her career, to operate her own mine, the $10 billion Roy Hill project, which, when it ramps up, will make Roy Hill Australia's 4th largest iron ore producer, behind Rio, BHP and Fortescue, fulfilling her father Lang Hancock's dream.
Lang Hancock's main fortune was built on royalty deals, and he wasn't able to bring to culmination some of the more ambitious ventures in his own right to establish a mine. But that was certainly always one of his long-term goals, and he pursued it vigorously over many years. And I think that Gina Rinehart is continuing the family tradition.
After a 10-year struggle, Gina Rinehart has negotiated a $7.9 billion debt deal using a combination of multiple export credit agencies and commercial banks. It's a smart deal because she shares the risk with her Asian-based joint venture partners, POSCO, Marubeni and China Steel Corporation.
To finance this project has been the largest mainland mining resource financing project in the world. So we're talking about a big amount of money that's gone in to make possible what we're beginning to see today. But firstly, I'm sorry, it's only recently using that money. It's been ourselves and our partners who have dished into their pockets and contributed almost all that you see today.
Hancock Prospecting says the project is on track and set for its first shipment in September.
It's obviously about more than money for her. Yes, she could go and probably live a very hedonistic life and do nothing else, but she obviously has something of the entrepreneurial spirit that her father, Lang Hancock, had, and she's determined to make something.
Determined or not, its success comes down to the quality of the iron ore.
They may have some half-decent quality, some 59, 60% iron product in the early years, but over the life of the mine, I think the grade is very similar again to the Chichester Ranges of Fortescue, around that 58% mark, and that's commanding about a discount of about $10 a tonne.
And with the iron ore price dropping, the discount becomes even more important, and the break-even price is the key.
From a cash point of view, if they didn't have debt servicing costs and corporate costs and things like that, they probably could be sustained even at these prices. But certainly it's touch and go at the moment, given that they have used a fair bit of debt to finance the project.
Their break even, once they come to market, once fully ramped up, might be in the region of, the 50s dollar a tonne.
Roy Hill is a 55 million tonne per year project, and when it comes on stream, it will add to the oversupply, potentially pushing prices even lower. The biggest and lowest cost miners, BHP, Rio and Brazil's Vale, are all pumping more production on stream. Economists say it means junior miners will go under.
Until we see bankruptcies, the price has not bottomed. So in this year, you should be able to see this drama unfolding.
The falling iron ore price is just the latest drama for Gina Rinehart. She's suing Channel 9 over the House of Hancock miniseries, and she's had highly publicised bitter court disputes with her children and Rio Tinto. It's clear she's a formidable force.
She's already much more successful than Lang Hancock.
Roy Hill will be her greatest achievement, so long as the slump in prices doesn't continue indefinitely.
Emily Stewart with that report.